Yo, today I got a fun one. This is a sentimental coin to the buyer. It is, I believe it's gonna be a wedding band for the buyer, and it's a beautiful coin. This is my most popular coin, the Morgan silver dollar, and I've already done some work to it, but here we are. We got an 1897 Morgan dollar. The condition is absolutely beautiful. Great reeded edge, great detail to it. It's going to be tails out. He wanted a thin band, so I punched a big hole in it and did all the sanding work already. So we're ready to go to work. I did all the work on the inside there and ready to rock. So tails out, thinnest band, and a patina when we're done. I'm also going to add a reeded edge to the inside. So let's get going. I have these available on my website, lukescoinart.com. They're only $100 if you send me the coin. So contact me ahead of time. We'll make sure the coin is doable and the condition's good enough to go. And if all that works, it's just $100 to have one of these made. And my website also charges $5 for shipping, so it'll come out to $105. Boom. So if you have a sentimental coin in your collection and you want made into a ring, lukescoinart.com. Let's rock. Let's rock and roll. First thing I do is heat it up. This will soften the metal, make it easier to bend. It'll help avoid cracking and splitting. Hit it in the water, and we're good to go. All right, tails out. I'm going to use this die. It's a 17-degree die, and it's going to start the coning process. So that's the first cone. Now I'm going to go to one bigger cone, the biggest of cones, and finish this step. These coins work really good for everyday use. They're 90% silver. So they are pretty strong metal. You go a little further in this die before going to the next die. I could probably just press it all the way down in this guy. Yep, we're good. So once we're sucked up to the cone, where I can't really go any further, we're good there. And And so that's pretty much step one, is just getting it coned. Now normally this is where you would stretch it out, but this is a thinner band, so it was a bigger hole to begin with. So there's not really any stretching that needs to be done because it's already rather large. Our final size is going to be a size 12, which is right about here. So we actually need to reduce the edges, and I'm going to do that using a Swedish die. I'm going to wrap the coin in some Teflon tape to protect the detail real quick. And I'm just going to do that on my lap where it's easy. It's out of camera, but it's just putting about 20 or 30 layers of this Teflon tape. It works as like a plastic protective layer, which will protect all that detail of the coin. I'm going to be using a Swedish die, which has just like an 11-degree I'm going to put it in there, the reeded side up, the big side up, so that as it pushes down, it just kind of reduces the top down to be closer to where that bottom is. I'm going to use another pad to protect the detail of the reed. And I'll use a series of dies to press this down. So that's the first one. This will be the second one in this die. Now take the coin out. I'm gonna have to go to the next smaller die. So basically all we've done so far is just reduce that top. It was more flared out before. Now it's getting to be more ring-like, not as cone-like. I'm gonna add a few more layers of tape to protect the detail even better. This is the next smaller size die. This is the next smaller size push die. Push rod, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to go too far. I'll take it out and examine, see where we are size-wise right now. Right now we're looking, didn't really get smaller, but that top was reduced down. So like I said, it was like that. Now it's like this. It's more in line with where that bottom is, but it's still pretty large. So I'm going to shrink it down about one more size. Use the same dies because I didn't go all the way down yet. That would be good. Now we can take it out, take the tape off, examine the coin, make sure everything looks good so far. Everything looks good. Got the shape is still cone-like, but we're getting closer to a ring shape. Gonna just slightly sand down the side I'm gonna add a reed to, more or less just kind of wiping any dirt off of it. Now we're gonna add a reed to this. Sorry, my floor is a little wet. It's raining outside. I tracked some stuff in, taking the dog out. So I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm using a tool here that'll put a reed on this coin. Center that up and put a pad on top to protect the detail. Another steel die on top of that to do the pressing. I'm going to rotate it, press it again. And do that one more time. All right. There is our reeded edge. So now we have a reed on our edge. Now we need to shape it. So right now it's sitting at a size 14. Our end goal is a 12. So I'm going to shrink it down to about a 10.5. So I'm going to go from here all the way to about here. I'm going to wrap it up well. This is where protecting the detail is very important, because this is where the most metal on metal contact would occur. The most pressure is put on this coin now. So I'm giving it about 30 full wraps. It's got a very thick layer on there. Super protected. Am I missing a die somewhere? That one? Oh, there we go. Okay. So on this thing, on the small side, it sits almost all the way down in that die. So the bigger side, when I turn it over, I'm going to start by pressing it down all the way to where it's the same as the other side. Check the detail of the pad. Place a steel die on there. I'm just going to press down all the way, just like the smaller side was. Now both sides are the same. We got a ring shape. But let's see where we are size-wise. I said we're going to go to about a 10.5. We're at about an 11.5. So now I'm going to shrink both sides down one size, because this side is the same size as this side now, and we're a size off. So I'm going to shrink both sides down one whole size. You need a smaller die. You can reuse this pad. So one size is about that much. I'm going to turn the ring over, give it the same exact pressure on this side. Right there. Now both sides are the same size. And we should be sitting around a 10.5, which we are. We're at a 10.5. So now let's remove the tape and just double check. Everything looks good, shape-wise. And to me it looks like I need to press this side down just a tad bit more to kind of match this edge. So I'll just wrap that bottom up really well. Protect the detail again. I don't have to go too hard because I'm just going to be hitting that edge not the side, more of the corner. And I'm just going to give it a little tappity tap. Just a small little tap there. Right there. Boom, tap. So this should be perfect now. Okay, so shape wise, we have a beautiful looking ring shape. So we nailed that. Now we need to make the size right. So I said we're going for a 12. It's a 10.5 right now. All silver dollars have this this edge on them. You can see the edge, the raised edge on all of them. What happens during the curving process is it just adds a lot of metal on this side. So you can see through the ring, you can see that edge, how much extra metal that makes it pop up. So we're going to actually take some of that metal off. And that's about a size and a half worth. I'm using a deburring tool, which is a plumber's tool, and basically it just takes a little shaving off of that top edge. As you can see, the shavings start to appear. Not messing with any of the detail of the inside of the ring. I'm simply just taking some of that extra metal off that's unneeded. This will also make the ring much more comfortable for the customer. It won't just have like one band holding it on your finger. You want all the metal holding your finger. Otherwise it'd feel like a rubber band on your finger. And that's not comfortable. Just a little bit more lip here. Take off. That's good. Let's see where we are size wise. Boom, 12. So now we're rocking a 12. Now I just need to make it comfortable. So I'm going to sand that little lip. And again, we're not messing with any of the detail of the inside of the coin, the date. All the detail on the inside will still be in perfect shape. I'm only hitting that lip that we just removed. And I will take a series of sandpapers to it. Hit that lip again. Use a 1000, a 2000, and then a 3000. Grit. Those are grits. Not the kind you eat. Then a little steel wool. We'll hit the whole thing with some steel wool to get all the fingerprints and whatnot off of it. And then I'm going to leave camera for about a minute to go patina this. Patina is a liver of sulfur, a liquid liver of sulfur. It's a chemical And with hot water, it reacts to metals and turns them purples, blues, browns, oranges, yellows, all the colors of the rainbow. And that is where we're going to get the detail to pop on these things. Right now, I'll show you once I hit it with the sandpaper. The detail is kind of hard to see because it's just all shiny. And when I give it a patina, it's going to make the foreground stand out. Make the foreground and the background have some shade to them. Give it some depth and make it pop. So right now it looks like this. So give me 1 minute and I'll be back with the patina. All right, it's literally that easy. It takes longer to heat the water up than it does to give it a patina. So here we go. There's the patina. You can see all those cool colors. You can see the pinks and greens and blues and browns and oranges and yellows and purples. Now we're gonna hit it with some sandpaper. So this is our original reeded side. Or not sandpaper, steel wool. There's the look. This is the side we added a reed to. There's the look. The inside. Rotate it. So there's our inside. E pluribus unum. The date. Then we'll hit the outside. This is a gorgeous ring. Again, this was an inherited coin that the customer wanted made for a wedding band. Very sentimental to the customer. I take a lot of pride in my work. This is the final product. United States of America. $1. That's it. These are on the website. You can send me any coin in your collection, as long as it's preferably silver and in good condition. Gold works. Condition is everything. It's $100. So there's some stuff on my website where I purchase the coins. Silver's at its highest right now, so silver's pretty expensive. So a coin like the one we just did, these are about $50 a piece right now for just the coin. So I believe the coins are on my website for $150. So it's about $100 labor and coin costs. So if you have a sentimental coin, I will make it into a ring for you for only $100. And then you can rock that ring. You can show off that ring. Better to have a sentimental coin on your person than in your safe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.